Finals edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is presented by WynnBET. Bet $50 at WynnBET and get $200 in free bets. Bet big, win bigger with WynnBET. Download the WynnBET app now or visit wynnbet.com and start winning today. We're also brought to you by Sleeper. You already play fantasy on Sleeper, but now you can win cold, hard cash with their over-under game. Just head to sleeper.com/SGP on your phone to join the SGPN group, and Sleeper will automatically match your first deposit up to $100. That's sleeper.com/SGP. And make sure to download the SGPN app for all of our free picks and podcasts.
Cox.
He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
Welcome, everyone, to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking that money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Oh, well, happy Memorial Day, Sean. I hope you planted some flags in the great land of this country like I did today in the beautiful beaches of Southern California.
Ryan, planting flags, planting our flag all over this NBA Finals. And, man, should be a good one. And, of course, if you're getting down on the NBA Finals, you know where you got to go. Got to head over to WynnBET. Get that bet $50. Get $200 in free bets. Are you kidding me? Spin that parlay wheel. I mean, nothing better than maybe parlay, a little NBA action, NHL, Game 7, little cross-sport parlay. Spin that wheel. Get that boost. Nothing feels better. And, again, head over to wynnbet.com or download that Wynn betting app, Ryan. Oh, man, so jacked up. NBA Finals. Got a lot going on. Very special edition. And let's welcome on our guests. We have, from the NBA Gambling Podcast, Munaf, the Machine Manji. Munaf, what's happening?
What's going on, gentlemen? Fourth podcast of the day. I'm a little depressed about the Miami Heat, but
oh my God! And you had me put in the Miami Heat future.
It's your
bets.
fault, Sean. I'm blaming you. You
somehow,
gave me the tickets.
Somehow my bad mojo rubbed off on you, and your good mojo of giving me that 14 parlay, which really made the Vegas trip pretty awesome. I got that mojo. Somehow I gave you some bad basketball mojo, but man, the Heat really dragged it out for you because you had them to win the Eastern Conference. It seemed. Okay, they go home Game 7. They're still a home dog. And then it seems like they're going to pull off some miracle win at the end. And, I'll get your take. As a guy who had money on the line, what do you think of that Strus 3?
We talked about it on the NBA Gambling Podcast this morning, is that for them to change the call about 3.5 minutes from when it actually happened, it changes the complexion of the game, right? Because you're thinking you have 3 points in the bag, and it took where they had it to under 10 to back, I think, to 11-point lead, and at that point, it's kind of demoralizing for if you're a Heat backer or even a Heat fan. But I mean, it is what it is. I'm not going to sit there and cry about it, but I mean, look, they made it interesting at the end. Miami gave it everything that they had. Unfortunately, they fell a little bit short, but you got to give them a lot of credit for how they handled it with all the injuries that they had too. We talked about it.
Yeah, that three that Jimmy Butler put up, you thought it was going in, you thought it had a chance, but sorry, Munaf.
Maybe next year.
Yeah, well, I don't know. You're gonna have to bet on the Heat again and root for the Heat through the entire playoffs. Joining us to represent her Golden State Warriors, her from the Betting Exchange on MSG Network's Miss Katie Mox. What's happening, Katie?
Hi guys, and I actually had a future on the Heat to win the Eastern Conference as well. So
really?
Yes, I felt like they were the most disrespected number 1 seed. I mean, in the league, and they did get to Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals and almost won that game. So the fact that people didn't believe in them this entire time, I thought was interesting.
Yeah, I mean, imagine not believing in Jimmy Butler. That guy is a dog. Ryan, as the guy who believes Jimmy Butler is Michael Jordan's son, Michael Jordan would have won that game, right?
I was
mean,
shocked the ball didn't go in at the end when he took that shot. I was literally leaving a restaurant, walking down the street, and people are outside this window. What's going on? Oh, it's the NBA Finals. Boom, just in time to see Jimmy Butler shoot it. And I'm like, wow, they blew this lead. The Celtics. This is fitting. Jimmy Butler's just gonna drop his big old Michael Jordan DNA testicles on this whole court, and boom, brick. That's it. What a horrible ending to the movie. The screen just went black, and fuck, now we got the Boston Celtics in the finals. Now we have a Boston sports team doing well. Now we have Boston fans having something to cheer about. This is horrible.
Well, and it is really worst case scenario. I mean, Katie, as a Warriors fan, now you're sitting on that Heat ticket, so obviously you're rooting for the Heat, but if you didn't have money on it, would you have rather faced the Celtics or the Heat, or I'm guessing you're confident they could get it done against whoever, but who are you rooting for as a fan to face against?
I was rooting for the Heat for multiple reasons. One, because I had a futures ticket on it. And two, because I just liked their team. I mean, they had the best record in the East, and they didn't even have a lot of their starting players for most of the season, and they still found ways to win. So I just really liked the grittiness of their team. And like you said, I love Jimmy Butler. The fact that he was out there for the entire 48 minutes, carrying the entire team on his back. How can you not root for a guy like that? And the Celtics, I mean, I just feel like, to a certain extent, Boston is kind of the bad guys in a lot of scenarios in sports. So, I mean, I will say I do love Jason Tatum's son, Deuce. I root for Deuce all the time. That kid is adorable. But that's
is he on Instagram? How do I follow Deuce?
Oh, well, you have to follow Jason Tatum, but at the beginning of the games, it shows like Deuce going down the line, giving high fives to all of the players, pumping everybody up, trying to take basketball shots. I will send you Deuce videos if you want.
Right.
The kid is the cutest thing in the world.
Count me in on that group text.
Yes.
Firing away on some Deuce Tatum.
Oh man, Deuce, right? I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's a great name. The annoying thing about Boston sports teams and their fan base is they're loving this. They're loving the fact that everyone hates them. They're loving that they're going, oh, the Golden State Warriors, everyone hates us. No one, they all hate us. We're gonna take the way. It's annoying because it's like leaning in to the Boston, guys like Boston Capper who just. We're rooting for them the entire time and talking so much trash, and you're like, this Celtics team seems so fraudulent. They're gonna get exposed. Munaf,
Capper couldn't name 6 players on the team right now. Let's be honest.
No, he's too busy grinding out first round leaders for the Charles Schwab tournament. But yes, I would be surprised if he could name a bunch of the guys on the Celtics. All right, we're going to kick things off. Here's the formula. We're going to talk Game 1 player props, then Game 1 itself, then, of course, the NBA Finals as a series. And these player props brought to you by Sleeper.com/SGP. Go over there. Get the 100% deposit bonus up to $100. You can join our Sleeper group chat. Maybe we can get Katie in there and sharing some Deuce videos. That sounds horrible now that I just realized that, but
not how it sounds.
Yes, of the kid
here. Will never be shared.
Sleeper.com/SGP. Kramer, I'll let you kick things off. Now we've been giving out these 3-team player prop parlays that can get down over on Sleeper, and MLB also available now. They're up and running.
Shout out to baseball.
Respect baseball.
Respect baseball on all the days. On Memorial Day, Ryan. We got to respect baseball. Who do you got in your Sleeper player prop parlay, Kramer?
Well, number one, obviously, give me Steph Curry over 38.5 points, rebounds, assists. This is the NBA Finals, ladies and gentlemen. Number two, just a hunch here, but give me Draymond over 8.5. Again, no unders on this team.
Oh, wow.
And the last one, oh, man. You know what? You're right. It's bad luck to not give me an under on Marcus Smart, 14.5 points. I watched a guy who I don't think he's ever been that hot in his life. Game 7. Watching him hit shots, he just looked surprised every time that ball was splashing through the net. So give me under Marcus Smart, 14.5. Give me over Steph Curry, 38.5 points, rebounds, assists. and give me over 8.5 with Draymond. NBA Finals, baby.
That one, that's the one that I'm actually going to go the other way on Draymond. I'll jump in on mine. Draymond under, because I think this is a rebound game for Draymond. I think he's going to be distributing the ball. I'm having him going under 8.5. He only had 10 points combined in the 2 games they played. He had 8 and 2. I think Draymond Green has a really big game, but I think he realizes, even Draymond knows, he can't shoot to save his life. He's going to be distributing and setting everyone else up. My other one is Jason Tatum under 28.5 points. I mean, they came off a really grueling 7-game series. Now they traveled down to Miami. Now you got to travel back out to the Bay Area. He played the Warriors twice this year. Didn't go over 28.5 either time. I think this is just a tough spot. Like, you have the Warriors just licking their chops. I think they're still pissed off. I mean, Steve Kerr was pissed off about Klay Thompson and Marcus Smart, the play that injured him. I think this is personal. My last one is my over of the group. Andrew Wiggins over 16.5 points. He's been 6-3 on the over the last 9. He played the Celtics only once. He was out the other game, but he put up 27. Like, I just think this guy has kind of emerged as one of their big scoring options, and 16.5 feels kind of low. Katie, what about you? What do you like player props game 1?
Okay, well, first of all, am I allowed to give a team prop, or is it only player props?
Yeah, toss one of those in there.
Okay, so I'm actually fading the Warriors in the first quarter under their team total. This is at 26.5. It's at even money. And I love this because this is not a first quarter team. This is a third quarter team. They have been pretty dead in the first quarter. In fact, they pretty much lost the first quarter in a lot of these games. They averaged 26.2 points in the first quarter in the playoffs this year. The highest they got in the Western Conference Final was at 28. That was in game 1 and game 5. They hit 24 in the first quarter versus the Grizzlies and 26 in the first quarter versus the Nuggets. I mean, they also hit only 25.5 points per game in the first quarter versus the Celtics this year in both of those games. That was their average. So to ask them to go for 26.5, this is a team that starts really slow. I've been playing this kind of the entire time, and it's been hitting. So I like to fade the Warriors in the first quarter. That's at even money. I also like Kayvon Looney, or as I like to call him, Loon Dog, over 25.5 rebounds and assists. This is also at even money. So obviously we all know him for the rebounds. He had the 22 rebounds, and he had back-to-back 12s. He's hit well over this mark in 3 of his last 5 games. He's also hit over this in just rebounds alone in a couple of these games. So whenever he does well in his rebounds, right now his rebounds are set to 9.5, and that's at -110. So you're not getting that good of odds. But if he's doing a lot of rebounds, which he has been doing, he's actually been getting a lot of assists with that. So you might as well get better value and take him with the rebounds and assists at over the 12.5. And Steph Curry, I'm going to actually fade him on the points under 27.5. That's at -108. I know. He's averaging below this, though, at 25.9 points per game. He only had 20 points per game in the first game averages over the playoffs. So he's been a little bit slower to start in the first quarter and also in the first game. So I look for him to have those big comebacks in the third quarter. I might live bet this. If you kind of look at it, see how he's doing, you might get better odds. But if you have to ask me now, I'm going to go under on his points.
Wow, that's how you know Katie's Ryan. She's turned into a true professional.
She's trying to fake
team.
She's trying to fake us out.
Reverse jinx.
Well, look, but even if Steph Curry goes under this, I mean, Klay Thompson, Wiggins, like, I still think they're going to win this game 100%. I just think they're slow to start in the first quarter, and in game 1s, it's shown in the playoffs that Steph Curry's a little bit slow to start.
Yeah,
it's a very clever fade of your own team. Just the first quarter only. Like, they're going to start slow. So even if you're wrong, it's like, who gives a shit?
Yeah,
great,
then they'll
great
be up,
handicap.
They'll come out. They'll be up 12.
Yeah, they're third quarter assassins. That's when Steph Curry starts going crazy. That's when, Kayvon Looney and everybody starts coming together. So I never worry. Even if someone is up by 10 points, I never worry because I know that they have the ability to come back in the second half.
And Sean, Kayvon, by the way, spelled differently than Kayvon Thibodeau, if you were wondering.
Really? There are multiple ways to spell Kayvon.
There are. No Y in this one.
Learning something new every day. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy betting against the Warriors because at no point do you feel the lead is safe. Katie, admittedly, I had the Mavs money line, a massive bet when we were out in Vegas for Game 4, And it got really scary there at the end because these guys could just shoot threes. It's insane.
Oh, well, and that one, I took the Warriors money line and it wasn't going that way. But then when I saw that the live line was plus 10.5, I was like, oh, F yeah, we're doing this one. and it ended up covering. So,
Find those live lines, get some value. Munaf, what do you got player props for game one?
Yeah, let's start with some rebounding props. I'm going to take Jason Tatum over, I believe it's 6.5.
This has just been a print fest, right?
Yeah, sorry, 7.5 for Jason Tatum. But yeah, over if we go back to the Miami series, he's gotten over this projection, I believe, in like 5 out of the 7 games or 6 out of the 7 games. And we talk about the Golden State Warriors. So if they do go small ball, I think there is going to be opportunities for rebounds for like guys like Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. So I'm going to go start with that with Jason Tatum over 7.5 rebounds. I'm also going to go with Robert Williams over 6.5 rebounds. 2 matchups this season against the Golden State Warriors. He had 11 rebounds and 9 rebounds. The only caveat to Robert Williams is going to be how healthy is he going to be. I know they have 3 full days off here. Maybe if he gets in 20 to 25 minutes in game one, I believe that he can get at least 7 rebounds for the Boston Celtics. And I hate to do this, but I'm on the other side of that Steph Curry points prop that Katie just gave out.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to go over 27.5. And I think that the one thing that is left for Steph Curry to do is get that finals MVP. And I think that he has to come out strong. And on this, at least on their home floor in the 9 games that they have played on their home floor, 6 out of the 9 games, he's gone over this projection of 27.5. I do agree with what Katie said.
Game ones.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, in game ones. But I just feel like this is going to be the opportunity for him to kind of come out and set the tone. They've been in this position before. Was this a 6 finals appearance over the last 8 seasons for the Golden State Warriors? I think he's going to have to be on the back of Steph. So I'm going to go over 27.5 points for Steph.
Yeah, I mean, this is interesting too. And we could talk about it now. Would you rather, Munaf, have a ticket on Golden State to win the series at like, let me see what the latest is. It's like minus 160 or would you rather have, Steph Curry at plus 100 finals MVP?
I'll say this. I am sitting on a 12-1 Warriors that I picked up at the beginning of the season because I think that was the first bet I made for this NBA season. And it just made too much sense for me because I knew the Warriors were going to be back. I was very high on the Warriors coming into the season. I took their season win total over, got down on some futures on Steph Curry for regular season MVP. That didn't come into fruition, but I also did take them at 12-1. But you probably want to take the even money with Steph, right? Like, I think that if you want to get creative with it, you probably want to take a look at game 1 Warriors and series price. Maybe that's at a cheaper price than minus 160. But I do like the Steph Curry at even money to get the finals MVP.
Yeah. Kramer, where are you at? Would you rather have Steph Curry finals MVP at plus 100 or are you just taking the series at minus 155? If you had to go between those two.
No, I think you play. I think it's an obvious stuff. It's a classic narrative guy here. It's the narrative, right? Like he hasn't won one yet. How is he not going to win one? We already highlighted it. We missed the boat. We should have taken Wiggins 100-1 to win the MVP.
Wait, because I'm still the Wiggins MVP. WinBet has it at 30-1, and to your point, the ship has sailed at the massive value, but still 30-1. I'm definitely taking a sprinkle on Wiggins MVP.
30-1 is way off of market too. I think I've seen it as maybe even single digits in some places. No, I'm taking Steph all day. You take Steph plus the plus odds. You don't get funny. If you want to take Steph and someone else, maybe you do that. But I'd rather do that than lay the minus whatever the price is.
Katie was shaking her head there. Katie, what would you rather have? Steph Curry MVP? Do you have a dark horse MVP? What do you like in the market there?
Well, you don't get too cute with this. Steph Curry MVP, 100%. Everything that Ryan just said. I mean, I do think potentially just for fun, maybe there's a little bit value on Klay Thompson and his big comeback. If we're going to talk about a narrative here, the reality is since 2015, when the Warriors they've made every single NBA final with Klay. Without Klay is when they don't end up making with him. So he's been a huge part of this team as well. And he does have, Game 6 Clay, all of those things coming back. So Clay might be worth a little sprinkle, but I would definitely just stick with Steph Curry as well. And similar to Munaf, after round 1, game 1, I took the Warriors to win the whole damn thing at plus 575. Because after I saw that death lineup, I was like, 100%. So I've got a big ticket waiting to cash as well.
If the Warriors are up 3-2 and you get a game 6, you better bet your ass that Clay is going to come out and do game 6 Clay things and get on that Finals MVP. I 100% agree with what Katie just said there.
Well, and I'm kind of torn between taking the Warriors in 5 at plus 430 or the Warriors in 6 at plus 500. Like, the Warriors are winning this. I mean, that's 100%. Can the Celtics squeak out?
In the show right now, that's it.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, to your point, game 6, I do think they could close it out on the road. I mean, again, small sample size, but in the regular season, both teams lost their home games. I think this is going to be a different environment. I do like Golden State to get out to I do like them to win game 1. I mean, they're laying 3.5 on win, minus 108 on the juice. So again, great reason to get over on WinBet, but minus 3.5. Again, like you look at the minutes these guys played, and I know they're going to have some rest in between, but still, like, that's kind of a crazy they've had a crazy schedule. I mean, Tatum played 46 minutes in a game 7. Brown and Horford each played 44. I do think the Warriors are going to come in with a chip on their shoulder. I get it. The Celtics, they got Tatum. They have a decently well-rounded team, and they're really good coming off a loss. They are undefeated after a loss in the playoffs. So I am worried about game 2 for the Warriors. But, I mean, minus 3.5,
Sean.
I'm all over them in game 1.
Sean, you're burying the lead. The leading guy, the main dude for the Celtics is a Mamba mentality guy wearing purple under the green and white. The Mamba ain't letting the Celtics win a championship. Kobe ain't giving a shit about the Boston Celtics winning.
I thought that was going a different way.
Yes. Yeah,
this is insane. There's no way this is a choke job written all over it. This is one step up the ladder a year, young fella, NBA playoff logic, all over the place. And to your point earlier, Munaf, I think it was Golden State to win game 1, Golden State to win the series, plus 120. Mortal lock, they win game 1. Like Katie's saying, it sounds like Munaf is saying, this team is tired, Boston. And yeah, so I mean, I would go a step further too. I know Katie was pointing out game 5, which is that's my move, is to take team in 5. Warriors in 5 has been very profitable for me this year. But what if I said we just go with the sweep?
Ooh.
Do we like is that too bold?
I think so. It's a little bold.
Well, I will say that
12-1.
Looking at a stat earlier, I think since the 2015-16 season, the Warriors have accomplished 6 sweeps in the playoffs. Now, not necessarily in the NBA Finals, but they have been known to sweep in the playoffs. So, might be worth a sprinkle.
I'm sprinkling 12-1. Let's go.
12-1. I would take the Warriors sweep, I think, because Win has this priced at the same amount. 12-1 for the sweep, or 12-1 Klay Thompson MVP. I kind of almost take the sweep over Klay Thompson MVP.
I don't know. It's like the comeback kid story, though. And
you're right. The narrative is huge, and the NBA loves a good narrative. And every time I forget about that, I remember that scene in Winning Time where they're explaining to Magic Johnson, hey, we want to give Kareem the MVP, but Kareem's not here, and you had a good game 7, so we're just going to give it to you. And Magic Johnson's like, oh, I don't know about that. And then they just cut to Magic Johnson accepting the award, and Kareem was supposed to call in, and then he never got the call. What about you, Munaf? What would you rather have, Klay Thompson MVP or Warriors getting swept?
Munaf's eyes just rolled. Sorry, Munaf, but your eyes just rolled out the back of your head. Listen to that talk by Sean.
It has to be Klay Thompson MVP at 12-1. Look, there's been, I think, 3 separate occasions in this NBA playoffs where the Warriors had the opportunity to close the door, right? We were there in Vegas where I know he said that we're playing with house money, and it's a different dynamic when you're in the NBA playoffs, but they gave Denver a game in Denver, and they went out and closed the next game. They gave up 2 to the Memphis Grizzlies, and they still won in 6. They gave that one game up to Dallas, and they got on their home floor and they won it. So I don't think it'll be a sweep. I think that it'll probably be Warriors in 6. And I'm still Sean messaged me this morning. I'm like, I'm still going back and forth on who I think is going to win the series. But as of right now, since we're talking about, I think it'll be Warriors in 6.
Wait, you're going back and forth on who's going to win this series?
Yes.
See, this is why we brought in Katie to inspire us to just go all in on the Golden State Warriors.
Game 7s, they don't have the health and they don't have the rest that the Warriors have, and they don't really have the shooters either. I mean, I think they can squeak out 2 wins tops.
Yeah, and that's why I said Warriors in 6. But I mean, there is a case. Look, for this Boston team, I know the Warriors haven't won. The Warriors haven't lost a home game, but I can see a scenario where Boston comes in and at least steals one of the first 2 games against the Golden State Warriors. They won 3 games in Miami in the Eastern Conference Finals. I don't know. I think this is very evenly matched NBA Finals. But again, I am holding on to that 12-1 ticket, so I am being biased to the Golden State Warriors. But again, I think that this Warriors team, there's a lot of different options. As I say, they do shut down Klay Thompson or Steph Curry. You still have Andrew Wiggins. You still have Jordan Poole on this team. I think the depth is significantly better on the Golden State Warriors side versus on the Boston Celtics side because they only go 7 deep. And like Katie just said, yeah, Boston is dealing with injuries with Robert Williams. We don't know what his health is going to be. Al Horford has those injuries. Marcus Smart, we've seen he's had the injuries as well. And after that, you're relying on Peyton Pritchard, you're relying on Grant Williams, and you're relying on Derek White. No disrespect to those players, but I just like the depth better on the Golden State Warriors side.
All right, we got some more picks coming at you. I got my official series play. You're going to get Munaf game 1 as well. Katie, her take on the series. Kramer, who I think already let the cat out of the bag. But before we get to that, shout out to Athletic Greens. Man, I've been inhaling the Athletic Greens. Call me Sean, Athletic Greens. Love starting my day with 8 ounces of water. Delicious scoop of that AG1. 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole food source superfoods, probiotics, adaptogens. Get you feeling good. Costs less than $3 a day. So instead of a cold brew, you could have some Athletic Greens pumping through your body. Athletic Greens has over 7,000 5-star reviews. And to make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you got to do is go to athleticgreens.com/SGP. That's athleticgreens.com/SGP to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance. Also shouting out IP Vanish. You're on the internet doing God knows what. You want to keep your data, your browsing history, safe, secure. You don't want people getting your browsing history. Imagine if someone accessed your browsing history. Nightmare. They could get your passwords, communications, all that kind of stuff. You got to lock up your internet security. Keep it safe. You can hide your location. Perfect for streaming on devices like a Fire Stick. We use IP Vanish here in the studio. Use it to power God's Eye. Highly recommend IP Vanish. And you get 70% off their yearly plan. Plus a 30-day money-back guarantee. Can't go wrong there. IPVanish.com/SGP. IPVanish.com/SGP. Katie, I'm guessing game 1, you're liking laying 3.5 there, but is that your favorite bet? It seems like you also like Celtics first quarter. What are you going to be betting most on game 1?
I'm going to be betting Warriors money line, and this is, I saw it -160, which seems like it's pretty juicy. But honestly, I think there's a lot of value there. It should be higher than that because the Warriors are 3-0 in game 1, and the Celtics are 1-2 in game 1s. And you're going to give this to me at -160. I like that. I mean, the Celtics are better against the spread, especially as underdogs on the road this season. So I like the Warriors to win this game. I like them to cover the 3.5, but I think that the money line at -160 actually isn't bad, considering they're definitely going to win this game. It should be a lot higher than that. So I like the Warriors money line, but I would possibly take them -3.5 and definitely fade the Warriors in the first quarter.
Munaf, what do you got for game 1?
Yeah, game 1, I'm all over the Warriors. Historically, teams that have come off of a game 7 victory, like the Boston Celtics have in that following series, they are 32-51 in game 1.
That's
so around 38.5%. So
are you worried? I mean, because that's my angle for fading Boston game 1. I'm a little worried Boston steals game 2, but do you think Now they have slightly more rest because game 1 isn't until Thursday. Are you worried that it's enough rest to counterbalance that game 7 stat?
I don't think so. I believe the Western Conference or one of the two conference finals, one team actually did have 3 days off that were coming off that game. So I believe it was Boston. They still lost that game, I believe. So again, Golden State Warriors, they're well rested, undefeated at home so far in the postseason. That crowd is going to be ready to rock. I believe that, the Splash Brothers are going to come out and play well in game 1. I do believe Boston will come out and get game 2, and that's why I kind of do like that angle of game 1, Golden State Warriors win, and they go on to win the NBA Finals as well, like Kramer said, around plus 120.
One angle we haven't really hit on, to me, and another reason why I'm all over the Warriors for the series, is the coaching advantage. I mean, Steve Kerr is so much more experienced than the Celtics head coach. I think that's really gonna make a difference. Katie, I'm assuming you're on that same level there, right?
Excuse me, 100%. I mean, when Steve Kerr was out with COVID, you saw what the Warriors looked like.
That's a great point.
Even Steph Curry was like, it felt like we got traded to the Kings, and he tried to make up for what he said later. But we all knew what he meant by that. The coaching was atrocious, and I think that's why the Grizzlies were able to get those wins on us. Is really the coaching was a big part of that. So as long as Steve Kerr is healthy and doing his thing, I trust.
Yeah, and like normally I kind of lean towards coaching doesn't matter that much in the NBA in the regular season, but in the playoffs when things get more serious, I do think it makes a big difference as far as the adjustments and that kind of stuff. So I think Kerr, I mean, not only his experience as a coach, but he's been in a shit ton of NBA finals. Like, I don't think he's going to be overwhelmed at all. And I do think Golden State has the experience edge. Am I crazy, Kramer?
No, you're not crazy. I mean, I do think if you think that Golden State's going to play with their food or whatever Terrell was saying they like to do, yeah, I think you can play Boston to win the first half, Warriors to win the game plus 450. But other than that, I wouldn't advise that. But if you think that's going to happen, go ahead. Now, what I would do is I'd be happy to play a race to 10 points in each quarter. Give me the Warriors. Race to 10 in the.
Wow.
I know, Katie, you don't like this one. Race to 10 in the first. Give me the Warriors. Race to 10 in the second. Give me the Warriors. Race to 10 in the third. Give me the Warriors. And maybe I'll leave the fourth quarter off. But
well, and that's and normally I like Katie's trend on the first quarter with the Warriors, but I am worried that Celtics come in, are completely flat, and they just stomp the shit out of them. I think that's like a real scenario.
yeah,
I'm saying their team total. I'm not saying they won't win the first quarter. I'm just saying they have not gone over 28 points really in the playoffs in the first quarter. So for this to be, and that's the highest they've gone, and they've gone under those things. So
no, I get the angle, and I faded the Warriors a bunch in the first quarter. I mean, Kramer thought he had a massive bet on the Mavs first quarter in that game 4. It turns out he had Mavs for the game. Luckily, both worked out. So Kramer, what's your best bet for this series? What are you going big on
for the game? Yeah, so I mean, we can
game. Are you just going -3.5? Or are you getting cute? And
yeah. I mean, I might even, I like to pull out the adjusted spreads. So
you doing that here?
I didn't see them out yet. Munaf, are they out yet? Here we go. Maybe I missed them. Here we go. Yeah, let's go to 2-1. Warriors -9. Warriors -9.5.
Co-sign that. Munaf, any play? I know you are a hashtag. You are a totals guy. Any thoughts on the totals? Game 1 total. I see Win has it at. Let's see. It was moving around 211. That feels crazy high to me.
I think the one total, if you do want to bet a total in this game, is probably the Warriors' full game team total to go over. And if you kind of take a look at their 9 victories at home so far this season, I believe they've gone over their projection of the team total put by the books, I believe in either all 9 games or I believe 8 out of the 9 games. And I know that Katie said that they do get off to a slow start. I think that's a good opportunity for you to come in on the live team totals and bet the over for the Golden State Warriors, because again, we've talked about this all throughout the NBA playoffs, that the Golden State Warriors they're a different animal at home, and I think that you can't really bet against them, especially in game 1. Going back to your coaching point, Sean, wanted to quickly point out this, that you do have the rookie head coach. And we've seen, and in clutch time, especially if this gets to under 5 minutes within a one possession, you're 100% trusting Steve Kerr versus Ime Udoka, right? Because we've seen in like game execution for the Boston Celtics, they've almost fumbled away leads. And I think that's a coaching mismatch right there. That's a coaching thing that Ime Udoka has not been able to make. And I think that's where Steve Kerr is really going to outcoach Ime Udoka in the NBA Finals here. And we talk about the Boston Celtics roster. 0 players have been to the NBA Finals with their current construction of this roster. And we know that the Golden State Warriors have all the experience in the world. And I think that might be that. And I think the turnover battle are going to be the 2 main key factors for me in the NBA in the NBA Finals on who wins this game. To answer your question, going back to the total, Warriors Warriors full game team total over.
Well,
I
shout out
like that as well, even though I'm taking them under in the first quarter, because the Warriors tend to go on these like crazy flurries in this second half. Like the last time that the Warriors played the Celtics, Jordan Poole had 19 points, 5 threes, 88% field goal percentage in the third quarter. We had Wiggins in the first game who had 18 points in the second quarter. So if one of them starts to get hot, then I love that.
Yeah, I was leaning under just because I don't think the Celtics are going to put up a ton of points, but they could. Again, I think it's going to be a boat race. I'm co-signing Kramer's -9 at plus 200, and I think the safer play, to your guys' point, is taking the Warriors over team total and
averaging 118 at home this season in the 9 postseason games so far.
Yeah, so again, if they get to 118 and they take the foot off the gas, like the Celtics, maybe they start off with like a rough first 3 quarters, but they could easily backdoor that over, and there's nothing more frustrating than that. And kind of getting back to the experience, both of the players and of the coaching staff, the Warriors are the first team to reach the NBA Finals 6 times in 8 years since the 91 to 98 Bulls. Now I know they had Kevin Durant for a couple of those, but also what's so great about this is no Kevin Durant. They basically swapped Andrew Wiggins in for Kevin Durant, didn't miss a beat, which it's got to drive Katie crazy. And speaking of
Imagine choosing Kyrie Irving over Steph Curry. Imagine.
Now, Katie, we gotta, let me see if I can pull up the sound drop, but here we go.
Well, while you're doing that real quick, it is the bow on the KD is a pussy cake. I mean, that's
yes,
it.
that he's.
I was like, what?
KD does sound like KT, but I was playing the Days of Our League final here.
No, I like you, Katie.
Like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our league.
The latest. Kevin Durant is not talking to Brooklyn management. What does it mean? What does it not mean? Will he play with Kyrie again? Is he not talking to them so that Kyrie gets his max extension? Find out on the next Days of Our League. Katie, you are living in New York. You're plugged in. You are one of the hosts on a MSG Network show, aka the Betting Exchange. What's your take on Kevin Durant not talking to Brooklyn Nets management?
Well, I have to say, even though I'm the New Yorker and dialed in, that's the first that I have heard of this. So,
oh, really?
My take is that they're all dramatic in the Nets organization. They're
Drama
all
queens.
Me. It doesn't seem like a whole lot of like team and doing what's best for the team. And so, I mean, they got themselves embarrassed this year by getting knocked out in the first round. Everybody thought that they were going to be the one in the NBA championship this year. And so I think he's probably just pouting a little bit. And, it's also the new way that people do things. Like even my Debo Samuel did it with the Niners, and like this whole, like, I'm not talking to you, I'm going to wipe my social media. It's just the pouty way that they do things now.
See, Ryan, I like when Katie has a similar take, because then I don't feel like the old man with the get off my lawn. Now we got, Katie, younger, hipper, more dialed in, and has the same take. So I don't feel as old.
It does create excitement for me for the first time, we have someone in our offices remove our name from their social media to send us a message.
Now, Katie, real quick on Debo. Where's he at? Has he started following the 49ers again? What's going on?
Started following the 49ers again. He's back in the Bay Area. He was at the Warriors game. Here's the thing, and I've said this from the very beginning because people always think I'm delusional about the 49ers. But y'all remember I was on your show last year and I said Jimmy Garoppolo was starting. Y'all thought I was crazy, and then he was starting. I am almost never wrong when it comes to the 49ers. This entire time with Deebo Samuel, I was like, he's coming back. It's not even a question. This is a money play. The only cards that he has is leading up to the draft. He did something very dramatic. He made a bold move. I don't appreciate it. I didn't like it, but that's certainly the way that things are done now. You look at what Kyler Murray did, etc. He played all of his cards. The Niners are smart. John Lynch, Kyle Shanahan are very smart. They called his bluff, and now he's got to come back to the negotiating table. I think that he's going to get maybe more than he was originally, and the Niners love him. We want to pay him, and he's going to get paid, and he doesn't have any options now, so we'll see him at training camp.
You also got to realize, Katie, the media hates great playmaking receivers like Kadarius Toney, Deebo Samuel.
Oh, don't put Kadarius Toney in this mix.
Aren't they trying to trade him?
Stop it.
Supposedly. They couldn't find anyone who's willing to take him, so they
fake
pretended
news. The
like
media hates the great players. It's a conspiracy.
They're out to get him. All right, let's go around our lock. Best bet, either game one, series, whatever, and then some sort of longer shot, a parlay, a dog. Again, you can go game one, you can go series, whatever you want. Kramer, I'll let you kick things off. What do you got for us?
I was going to say happy to lead off or go last. Look, this is how we're going to play this. We're not. I can't fit all of this into two bets, Sean.
All
sorry,
right.
not
go
sorry.
Off the
minus 9.5 plus 200 for game one. Race to 10 points in the third quarter. Golden State game one. All right. Golden State wins game one and series plus 120. Steph wins the MVP plus 110. I know it's kind of the same thing, but I want both action. And the last thing, yes, there will be a comeback win of 20 or more points in the 2022 finals, 6-1 plus 600.
Ooh. Yeah, that seems to be the trend right now. All right, Munaf, what do you got? Best bet, long shot, lay it out.
All right, I'm gonna keep it simple. Game one, Warriors team total over 107. I think that's a slam dunk. I mean, I think they're just gonna come out and shoot well in game one. That third quarter, it's always the Warriors' third quarter. We know that, and even if they are down at the half, I expect them to make those adjustments as they have been under Steph Curry for however many years they've been together. But I'll take Warriors team total over 107 in game one. There is a prop. I mean, another prop that I will throw out there is Steph Curry to be the leader in total points scored for the series at plus 155. I know Jason Tatum is favored, and I guess rightfully so because he's pretty much the offense for the Boston Celtics. But I just feel like this is Steph Curry's time. Like, he's been waiting to get back to this moment. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a 40 or who knows, maybe puts up a 50-point game in one of these games in the NBA Finals. He's fully capable of doing that. And then I'm also going to take Warriors in 6 at plus 550. I think that Boston is capable of winning at least 2 games in this series. But again, the firepower that this Golden State Warriors team has, and we talked about the coaching mismatch and the experience that the Golden State Warriors have. I'm going to take Warriors in 6 at plus 550.
Sean, I love that points prop he just gave out for Steph Curry. We should make a note of that. Make sure we get a little, maybe some corporate investment on Steph Curry
to the sheet. Yes.
I forgot to say it, but officially Warriors in 5. I think that's where you land. Sorry.
Okay.
Stepping all over things.
No, that's fine. We appreciate people giving out tons of picks.
I know
on
too many
Sports
bets.
Gambling
Too
Podcast.
many bets.
We've never had that complaint in 11 years of doing the show. No one said too many picks. We hate all the free picks. Katie, what do you got? Lock, best bet, any crazy long shot stuff?
Well, I mean, I love the confidence in the Warriors minus the 9.5. I'm still just taking them Warriors money line here. The Celtics have been better against the spread than the Warriors have been. So I like the Warriors money line. I like them under their team total in the first quarter. This is at 26.5. That's at even money. And I love Kayvon Looney over 12.5 rebounds and assists. That's also at even money. I like Warriors in 5, same as Kramer. And if we're looking at long shot, I might sprinkle a little bit on that Klay Thompson to win the MVP.
All right, Klay Thompson, 12-1 over on WinBet. And you guys won me over on Klay Thompson MVP over the sweep because of the narrative, and that's the way the NB thinks.
And Sean,
yes,
because go Cougs.
Go Cougs. He's a Washington State guy?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, hell yeah. All right. I already gave out my Wiggins MVP. That's my long shot, 30-1. I think there's a real chance. And again, it's a small sample size, but he put up 27 against the Celtics, and I think he could be called on to really have an impact on the defensive side. And we see that sometimes with these MVPs where a guy, if he ends up guarding Tatum for a little while or just having some sort of impact defensively, I think that could be big. I love the big odds there at 30-1. For game one, I do like Kramer's adjusted line at -9 plus 200, but I'll officially make my lock Golden State -3.5. I'm going to keep it simple. I think they just game one at home after Boston coming on a game 7. I think it's too crazy. For the series itself, WinBet has a nice option here on the series spread. Give me Golden State -1.5 at +155. You're covered for win in 4, win in 5, win in 6. The only thing that screws you is a game 7, or I guess hypothetically the Celtics could win this. Either way, I'm on Golden State +155. And then, I'll say officially Warriors in 6, so sprinkle a little bit on that as well. But I really like the -1.5 games there at +155. And breaking news, we're going to be doing a $500 cash giveaway for the NBA Finals contest exclusively in the SGPN app. Hit the contest tab in the app. You'll see how to enter. Very easy to enter. And it's just a lot of like props, who's going to win, how many games, a couple of player stuff in there as well. So download the SGPN app, enter the contest, and try and collect that cash. Katie, you obviously host the Betting Exchange. You can follow Katie on Twitter at KatieMox. Anything else you want to toss out?
Not yet. Hopefully soon. I will be on something nationally. You'll be able to see and listen to me, but I can't say what it is quite yet. But hopefully I can come back on and share it with y'all soon.
Breaking news. Big announcement coming. Again, that's how you know Katie's made it. She's teasing announcements. Love it. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Wait, before I let you go, I got to ask, you got a sweet sports media shelf going. I'm kind of jealous.
Thank you.
What team is that football helmet? I cannot put my finger on it.
Okay. This is a San Francisco 49ers vintage youth helmet that I got on eBay. Because here's the thing. I'm in a 1-bedroom in New York City. So this is in my living room, this little studio that I've set up here. So I had to get things that were still kind of like vibing with the rest of my apartment.
Yeah.
So a brand new helmet just wasn't the vibe. So yeah, this is a youth helmet for the San Francisco 49ers.
Do you mind? Can you pull the logo up to the camera? I got to see. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's sweet. All right. And that's a nice plastic face mask. That's old school.
Yeah.
Love it. All right. Munaf, you can check him out. MLB Gambling Podcast, NBA Gambling Podcast. Give him a follow on Twitter at SportsNerd824. Anything else we should know about Munaf? Propcast as well?
Propcast, yeah. I was trying to get some guests on for the Propcast for the NBA Finals, but we're going to start cranking out NFL content on there as well. So we think that the NFL season's over, that it's slow down time, but not at SGPN.
No. This is prime time to talk about the NFL. May 31st, June 1st. People are salivating for the National Football League. Again, make sure you download the app, get in on the contest.
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, stacking the money green, and he is Ryan.
I'll say it one more time. Warriors in 5.
Kramer. Let it ride.